So who doesn't like or enjoy creeping on ghosts? You know, I think it's an exciting pastime that many people have, and now you can do it at the comfort of your own home on your computer. This time with Paranormal Observation. Start your career as a ghost hunter with the latest technology. Use your computer to find out what type of ghost you are dealing with. Are you prepared to face the challenges of ghost hunting? But with this, it does say too, it has unique levels, some special tools. Your computer is equipped with the latest tools for paranormal observation. It has a room-specific electromagnetic field or EMF meter, a temperature meter, a sound meter, a laser grid, and a UV light to see what you wouldn't see with normal light. There's also now a progression system. With each completed investigation, you can earn money and experience that will help you unlock new upgrades, see new buildings, and complete even more complicated missions. What we're looking at is Fisherman's House, Country House, Japanese Gym, and Mental Hospital because, of course, there's a mental hospital. So as we can see here, we can see our level, which right now is 0 because I'm just jumping in. Money, $0. You can also set up your difficulty. So intermediate, professional, nightmare, or amateur. And right now, because we are level 0, we have to start with amateur. And then at level 2, we'll get intermediate. Level 6 is professional. Level 12 is nightmare. Also, we do have upgrades. More storage. Using more memory, you can take 6 pictures instead of 3. Faster movement. You can rotate the camera faster. There we go. Okay. Advanced detection. It is possible to detect hunts earlier. EMF 5. Using EMF 5 sound, you will hear a sound when EMF 5 is detected. To me, that feels like a weird upgrade. It kind of feels like it should come standard, like standard kit. Like if you make a noise, it should just be there. I know it's like quality of life, I guess, but I know, especially with all the other games doing that, where it's like, oh, it hits EMF 5, it is going to be loud and obnoxious. Having to pay $60 for it is kind of weird. Again, it's not real money, mind you, but it does feel like a weird sort of upgrade. And now, of course, you can exercise in the game too. So not only survive and figure out what's going on, but also have a faster exorcism. That's $120. Using faster exorcism, you can perform exorcisms faster again. Japanese Gym. Paranormal observation system booting. Find enough evidence to detect the ghost, or the ghost type. Find evidence of a murder. So those are our goals. Actually, I kind of like the setup too. There's sticky notes on the computer. So instead of like writing on a board, there's sticky notes on this computer, what is going on with this computer? Okay, so this is to check the electricity. We can hide. And that's to check the door. Ghost detection system processing data. So basically what happens is the electricity can go out because of like the storm, whatever that's happening, which will short this out, which means the ghost could come in or the entity could come in, which is why you can hide. Also, supposedly from what I understand, if you hear a knock at the door, you don't want to look, you just want to hide. All right, so here we go. Here's the gym. So we have different evidences, evidently. We have UV evidence, laser orbs, voice throwing, freezing, EMF 5. You select the ghost, which could be Ovorovoy? What in the hell? Jin, Moroi, Obake, Phantom, Poltergeist, Raiju, Shade, Spirit, Yokai, or Yuri. And you can select and go home from there. Wait, can you hear me? Check 1, check 2. Or was that? So I'm getting red here. I don't know if...
Hello. Hello.
I don't know if it's picking me up or not. So you have to keep going through. And the tools block your vision too. So you have to be like really quick.
Hello.
Spoke. I don't like it. I'm going to say that's a voice. Oh, okay. So we have EMF voice, laser, UV light. And then I'm guessing this is the exorcism button. All right. Any fingies? No? All right. No fingies. Anything going through the laser? We got voice.
Hello.
No EMF.
Hello.
We're probably going to die a terrible death. Okay, so our temperature, by the way, is up here. We're at 6 Celsius right now. This is a weird fucking room. What the hell room is this? Let's back out. Let's look. Malfunction, please oh, shit. Good thing I looked. That plate moved? Oh, did it? Damn it. Don't mind me. Gym interrogation. Did you pee in the shower? Probably. Probably was me. Malfunction, please reset. I just did reset the power supply. It malfunctioned again? Oh, God, no. Close that shit. Okay, you can open the door. That's great. So like anything, it's always difficult to try to get used to some of the mechanics or systems in a game when it's brand new to you. So like getting used to this first person checking your room. Okay, cool. So we're good here. It's just very new in comparison, like taking in also your environment, the tools, a lot going on. Okay, we're still good. I kind of wish you could use the WASD and the arrow keys instead of just the mouse. Because I know you can do that in some of the other observation games. Or observation-based games, which is really nice, but... You know we have voice. We're trying to get either orbs, laser, breathing, EMF, something. I don't think that was the ghost. I'm just going to throw that out there. So I don't think it's freezing temps, because the lowest that we're getting so far is 2. If this is a gym, why are there plates everywhere? They're tempting him with food. That's what it is. You gotta work for it. Gotta burn them calories. Oh, yeah. We could take up to 3 pictures, but I don't know what to take pictures of, to be honest. I haven't seen anything where it's like, I should take a picture of that. The new hit game, I Spy plate. I spy with my little eye another dirty fucking plate at the gym.
Hello.
What the hell? Hi. I don't know why I keep hitting the voice button. It's just fun, I guess. I'm just like, hello. I used to be an adventurer like you until I took an arrow to the knee and to the face. Now I'm dead, and I haunt the gym in Japan. Why? I don't know. Nyeh. Oh, shit. Fuck. Hi. Well, there we go. I realized, I'm like, oh, I should have hit the electricity first and then gone under. I probably would have been better off if I just went under and just waited. But, yeah, I was kind of like, oh, man, I should definitely, like, go to electricity box. Oh, well. So it looks like find evidence of a murder. So if you don't do any of the tasks, you get 0 everything. Even if you've played a little bit, 0 money, 0 everything. And 0 experience. So this is definitely a game where you have to try to accomplish something or you get literally nothing in return. Actually, what is nice I'm noticing is that with laser, we can actually get more information on the far sides of the camera. For instance, when you have on light, the wall shadowed, like I didn't know if there was a wall there or not. And on the other side, you go to laser, suddenly you're like, oh, there's a wall there. And there's a window up on the top left here, which you wouldn't see otherwise. So that's good to note. UV seems to help with that as well. That way you get an idea of... Now these orbs, these have got to be orbs. But it gives you a better idea of the space you're in. So far, the most activity we've seen has been in here. Oh, negative temps. So we got voice, orbs, and freezing. So Obake, Phantom, or Raiju. Haven't seen any throwing. No EMF 5 yet, or laser UV. All right, it is a phantom. The word phantom comes from the Greek and stands for an apparition or a ghost. It could also be translated as something that is not real, like a dream or an illusion. In most fairy tales, phantoms are just an illusion of something that already exists. It is possible to say that the phantom is a spirit from someone's dream. So now that we know, can we do the exorcism? Oh. Oh, fuck, what the hell? Okay, so that feels very, very broken. Because I literally checked the door and it said it was fine. It said it was fine, and then no power outage happened, right? There was no interruption on the computer or anything else. And the thing just jumps out in front of us and kills us. Okay. All right. Okay. Also, for doing that, we got a $3 whole. So if we play about 20 more rounds of this, we might get somewhere with an upgrade. And, you know, they say photos. I don't know what you're taking photos of. Because I never see anything. You know, I don't see anything until it's in the room killing us. And so far, it does seem to be the same entity. Like, it looks like a weird alien that just kind of jumps out in front of us. So, I guess there's only one model, maybe? Or maybe that's just what we've gotten so far. But, yeah, that was interesting. I guess maybe if you run the exorcism, you just have to hide. I guess at that point, just hide, and if the power goes out, reactivate and hide again? I don't know. That's really confusing. Okay. Well, we got $3 whole and 17 experience out of 100 for the next level. So let's go ahead and do it again. Let's try another map. The one thing I have learned, too, is that this game isn't about anomalies or what's changed. It's an observation game only in the sense of, like, you're observing through the camera things being thrown or making sure that you're paying attention to temperature, stuff like that. But there is nothing changing size or color or anything like that. So even though we are so used to, like, I'm on observation duty and stuff like that, this really isn't like that per se. You are absolutely ghost hunting, but now you're doing it through cameras and, of course, the hiding element in your own space. Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out how you can get the... What is it? The evidence of a murder. Because so far, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing what could be considered a murder. Like, I'm not seeing any bloody weapons or blood stains or body bags or anything like that. Body parts in a trash bag or anything, you know?
Hello.
So no freezing temps. I'm not sure what to take pictures of. I don't see anything happening.
Hello.
We did get voice. We are guessing throwing. Shit. Yeah, I haven't seen the lasers or UV do anything. I'm kind of speculative on them working. I mean, I know we've only played like 3 rounds so far, but so far, absolutely zilch. We've gotten temperature, we've gotten orbs, we've gotten voice just fine. Throwing as well, to a point. Not even really throwing, it's more so like something being nudged. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's what you take a picture of, evidently. Got it, nailed it, thank you. See, I feel like, too, like you could be so much more efficient for situations like that if you could use WASD or the arrow keys to move the camera. Because at that point, you can move around the camera and go, oh, there's my chance at a photo, instead of having to pull your cursor from one side to the button here, right? From the corner here to the button here. I just feel like it takes too much time. Like that flash just like that, and we weren't able to get the photo. It was definitely more of a bathroom ghost. It's Elvis this whole time. The hello sounds like Balloon Boy from Five Nights at Freddy's, just deeper. Well, there's the throw. I don't know if that counts for anything with a picture, but it is throwing. Throwing voice orbs. Not EMF 5, not freezing. Laser doesn't give us anything concrete. Neither does UV. God damn it. So it's got to be, it's not freezing, so it's got to be EMF 5. Oh, plus another one. Oh, Jesus. I want to say it's poltergeist, but... Shit. It's 2023, time to get AI hooked up to these cams. You know, that is on point. Either Chat GPT, Google Bard, or another one will jump on one of these. Shit. Can I have the power back, please? Like this? Spicy. Yikes. Yikers. Okay, we're good. Ha 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 ha. Sounded like bubble gut to me. Oh, man. Oh, of course it was a shade. Of course. I mean, at this point, we weren't getting any other evidence, which, not to say it's a knock on this game, because with most ghost hunting games, there are plenty of times where one ghost will act like another ghost. You know, a Raiju is randomly acting like a shade is randomly acting like a demon, and you're like, WTF, what is going on here? So, I mean, it's not a huge surprise. Or that you're just not getting the evidence that you need. You're sitting there for minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes, and minutes turns into like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and you're just like, okay, we just need to move on. So let's see here. So for that, we find evidence of a murder. Task completed. What evidence? That's so confusing to me. It's not clear whatsoever what this evidence is. Because I sure and shit didn't see it. What, I mean, is the evidence finding the ghost? I mean, I guess when I took a photo in the bathroom, that counted as finding evidence. But, I mean, it's not very clear. Like, I didn't see any evidence of a murder in there. It's just the ghost happened to be mostly in there.
Why didn't the ghost?
But, yeah, find evidence of a murder. I don't know. So, I guess it died in the bathroom, which is why it was so active there. I don't know. It's not very clear. But we got $4. So there's that. And a photo, we got 2. Also with that, let's see, we got 35 experience out of 100. So I will say so far, the whole getting proof of a murder or whatever, not clear. Definitely not clear. I can't tell looking at the environment about there being a murder anywhere. I'm looking for bloodstains. I am looking for weapons. I am looking for anything I can, and I just don't see it. And somehow we just got lucky with that random bathroom photo that I took, which sounds really weird out of context. So there's that. Also, whenever you do the exorcism, it's not clear on how to handle that, because it says you should be safe in your cell, but we got insta-killed on amateur, which doesn't seem right. So either there's a balancing issue, that was a glitch, or this definitely needs a tutorial to kind of explain that, especially with the exorcism element of things. Because So I like the concept. Like, you definitely feel paranoid because you have to check the door. You have to check the electricity. Is everything still good? Okay, great. Now let's enter back into the camera. So it forces you not to just kind of camp a room and hope for the best. I appreciate that. It also puts more of a sort of dire paranoia, dire sort of tenseness about the situation you're in. So you're constantly checking over your shoulder. You're constantly going, okay, I need to go faster. I need to get through these cameras quick and then check my back again just to make sure everything's okay. Or, I need to get back to this room because I don't want to miss anything. So I think there's something to that for sure. So I really like that concept. I just think it needs to be flushed out more, for sure. And it always seems to be the same entity. So not the same type of ghost or ghost type. Like, is it a Raiju? Is it a phantom, etc.? Like, those change. But the actual look of the entity seems to always be the same. So I'd eventually like to see more entity types, maybe more interesting animations outside of it just kind of popping in front of us with a jump scare, because eventually you're going to get desensitized from that pretty quickly, I feel like. And it's just not going to have the same effect. But if you can kind of change it up a little bit, that would be nice. I wouldn't mind seeing a different room, too, that you're in. Because ideally, all these locations aren't going to have the same little room with the same random photo of this woman. You know what I mean? Just like little elements where it's like, is it really required? No. But does it really help get you pulled into the game, into the world? Yes. Definitely seems to like the kitchen. Again, I don't know what the pictures are used for, really. Like, it's supposed to be for capturing the murder. But, like, what else? Maybe the entity when they apparate in front of you? But I'm not really seeing a lot of utility from the pictures otherwise. Like, I don't feel like there's enough content here to take photos. Now, if we see something on UV, I guess, that would make sense, too. Like, if we can get pictures of fingerprints or footprints or something. Yeah, there seems to be a kitchen ghost. Oh, there we go. Hey, UV worked. Oh, shit. We got a handprint right behind me, actually. So that's what it should look like when UV works. It'll just randomly appear and disappear, so you got to be quick about it. So I'm curious now, if we... Well, this is why we hide. Evidently, when you do an exorcism and there's an active hunt, evidently the thing can just walk right into your room. Even if there was power, it evidently can just turn off the power instantly and walk right in, which is how we died that first time. And I almost feel like maybe there's a little bit of cat and mouse to the exorcism. Like, I almost wonder if you have to hide, but you can't just sit there and let the exorcism run. Like, you can't just camp it. So what you have to do is constantly jump out, activate the power, close the door, hide again until it comes back down. Because I'm wondering if the power outage interrupts the exorcism. I'm very curious on that. My assumption, too, is that if you're on a tougher difficulty, it's going to be a lot more back and forth, cat and mouse, at this point. Which, actually, I like that concept. I do. Like, knowing when to hide and then kind of taking the risk of, do I jump out to check to see what's going on? Do I jump out now to try to turn on the power and get things booted back up? I can appreciate that, but honestly, I feel like for amateur, this was too long of a wait. Especially when we only had 2 hunts. I feel like this is way too long of a wait. If this was like this for Nightmare, fine. But man. Again, I like the concept of this game. I like the cat and mouse. I like having to check your back in the room you're actually in, that your character's in. The idea of hiding, I think, is great. And I love the fact that you can see the entity sort of walk past, and it's very creepy because you don't quite see them, but you kind of do with the light that's coming from the hallway and stuff. Like, there's some really neat concepts here that put you on edge, that build up that paranoia and that tension. But I just feel like, especially even on amateur, things are just taking forever to really show up and do anything whatsoever, which just seems weird. And sometimes nothing shows up at all. So I'm not exactly sure what that is, or try to nail down like how they could improve on that, but just make it a little bit faster. The exorcism, especially like taking this long on amateur, also just seems like it just drags. Because ideally, with a lower difficulty, you should already be getting lower experience and money gains anyway. So I don't understand why it's so long. You can make it longer for higher difficulties, like that makes sense, but this seems like too much waiting. But I do like the sense of waiting, at least to some extent, right? Because like I mentioned, it's all about that high risk, high reward. Do I really want to pop out now to turn on the power, to boot up the computer, to check to see where the exorcism is at? I love the fact there is an exorcism, to then get this whole cat and mouse back and forth, but the ghost is very active now and very pissed. Again, I feel like there are things in this game that are just not very clear. Maybe they make sense the more you play it. As you start picking it up, you're like, oh, okay, no, this makes sense. But so far for me, certain elements are just not making any sense. There's some nice sound cues once you pick up on them. Currently, I feel like they have some pretty good ideas, but there are some things to this game that are a bit rough and just need more time, which again, this is why it's early access as well. See, again, it's giving us this percentage, but it's not doing the exorcism. So I don't understand what's going on here. Because it feels like now that this is just more of a cooldown, and then you have to try to run it again. But then how do you keep it from just getting interrupted? Because when you hit that exorcism button, it's an instant power goes out, entity comes in and kills you. So at this point, I kind of just want to go select and go home. Actually, I don't even know if I had a ghost selected on that, but whatever. Maybe that's what that means. Yeah. So maybe that's why, is that it was because it was the wrong ghost. That could be. But then, like, I don't know, you need, like, clearer indication. Because it's like at that point, you're wondering, is it a bug? What is going on here? So, okay, and as we can see here, yeah, was the wrong ghost selected. Which again was not clear because we weren't getting all the evidence we needed, even though we tried going through everything. Let's say anywhere between 3 to 6 games, you can finally get the more storage. So you can take more photos to make more money. The problem is you're not really given a lot of environmental detail to take photos. Like, you could take a photo of the murder scene, handprints and footprints, I guess, right? But what else? What else is considered photographic? Don't really know. So even then, it's like, yes, it gives you more opportunity to make money, but when you don't know what you're supposed to be taking photos about because it's just not clear, because you're not given a lot of detail in the environment, it's hard to say. Like in Phasmophobia, if something gets thrown, you could take a picture of it if you do it within a certain amount of time and it becomes ghost activity. Is that the same here? Like if we see a towel get thrown or a pan or something, we take a photo of it, does that count? It has to be in the frame of the camera itself. And then you have to hope for the best that it registers. I just think it needs more time, which again, it is early access. So one way of supporting that is by purchasing the game if you feel like it is something that is worth your while, tickles your fancy, and gets you motivated, and you can see down the road where it could lead to. I like the concept, but again, it needs more work. It needs to be flushed out more. And more details need to be added. It needs to be a little bit smoother with like the UX UI and stuff like that. It's not bad, but right now, after playing a couple different matches, this isn't a game that I would constantly jump into, or that I currently have an urge to like play again. It's not to say it's a bad game, because I am definitely intrigued to see if they come out with a big update, what would be entailed in that update, But right now, I'm just not getting a lot of motivation to keep playing. There's not a lot of information being provided to you as the player, and the grind is already there anyway, and seems to be taking a fair amount of time to get the money that you need, to get the experience that you need, etc., etc. So I'm not getting a lot of value back in the game. Like, I'm not even getting scared that often. There's the random death here and there, which is a pretty quick jump scare and stuff like that. But again, I'm getting pretty desensitized to it already. because it's fairly consistent. Usually consistency is a good thing, but when it comes to horror, you don't want that consistency, because if you're always expecting it, it's not scary. So with this, it's like I'm already seeing the consistency, the patterns, and now I'm like, okay, I might get jump scared maybe if I'm really not paying attention, but XYZ is what's going to happen. Great. Okay, move on. So not only I think making things smoother and cleaner and clearer, but also adding some more variety is what's definitely going to help this game. Because again, I think the concepts are there. I think the foundation is there, but it just needs a little bit more to it. Yeah, Arcanus did a better job of scaring me than the game did. The whole FBI knock at the door scared the shit out of me. Because I'm like, oh, fuck, it's the ghost. And then FBI, I'm like, no, okay, never mind. So, yeah, no, that blurb did more of an impact on me than the game has. But with that is our playthrough, our initial playthrough of Paranormal Observation. If you like more games like this, more early access reviews and beta and alpha reviews, then make sure to follow me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/MindMineTV or on YouTube, youtube.com/MindMineTV. More reviews, more gameplay, more memes, just a lot more fun. So I'll see you in the next video.